It is a fact that tortoises rely on their distinctive shells for protection. So when Freddie the tortoise lost around 85% of her shell in a devastating bushfire, her chances of survival didn't look good. Indeed, the poor tortoise's injuries were so horrific that it seemed likely that the little animal would have to be put to sleep. But then an incredible team of animal lovers came to Freddie's rescue with a life-saving and truly remarkable solution. It all started when Freddie the tortoise was found on the roadside in 2015. She was not only terribly burnt, but also practically shellless. Tragically, a ferocious blaze had ripped through the tortoise's home in Brazil, leaving the slow-moving reptile without her protective armor. Certainly, poor Freddie had been through a lot. And to make things worse, after the fire, the badly burnt animal had endured a whole 45 days without food at all. Additionally, the brave little tortoise had also battled through pneumonia twice. Once discovered, though, the critically injured tortoise was taken to Brasilia to see Dr. Rodrigo Rebelo, a professor of wild animals. And it was then that, despite being a female tortoise, she was given the name Freddie because of her resemblance to a certain horror movie character. When we saw the animal in that state, we said, "Wow, it looks like Freddy Krueger," Dr. Rebelo told Brazilian news station Fantástico. But despite her new horror show nickname, Freddie had at last found herself in very safe hands.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Because Dr. Rebelo is actually part of a group of volunteer veterinary professionals who go by the name Animal Avengers. This talented team have managed to combine a passion for both animals and science in order to help nurse seriously hurt creatures back to health. The group is made up of a number of medical and creative professionals, including vets Dr. Rodrigo Rebelo, Roberto Fecchio, Sergio Camargo, and Matthias Rebelo, designer Sergio Morales, and dental specialist Paul Miyamoto. We first came together as friends because of our common love of science and our love for animals, Dr. Fecchio told the Huffington Post. Little Freddie was actually the Animal Avengers' first ever patient, and when the crackpot team of experts set about brainstorming how best to help the tortoise, they arrived at a pretty innovative solution. In the first project of its kind, the talented team managed to completely redesign and build a brand new shell for Freddie. To begin with, designer Morales took 3D photographs of the injured tortoise from all angles and then compared them to a healthy tortoise. Morales then used the images to put together a model of a brand new shell, which was scanned into a computer. Next, the design was printed out in 4 individual pieces using a 3D printer. The corn-based plastic pieces were then pieced together and placed onto Freddie's back to form a complete covering. The tortoise now had her armor back again. But there was just one problem. The new shell wasn't exactly Freddie's color. In fact, it was completely white. And so to make Freddie look more like her old self, the Animal Avengers hired artist Yuri Caldera to add some much-needed color to her new outfit. Caldera made sure to use a special non-toxic paint that wouldn't wear off, and he cleverly repainted the armor with a distinctive tortoise print that should help camouflage her from predators too. Freddie is now the proud owner of the world's first 3D printed shell. And that's not the only new home she's gained, because the freshly shelled survivor is now residing with Dr. Rebelo too. The groundbreaking tortoise has recovered well after her operation, and she was soon able to crawl about, albeit slowly, just like she was before the fire. In fact, Freddie's innovative new shell seems to have given her a whole new lease on life. This is a mark in veterinary medicine, Freddie's new owner told Fantástico. From now on, we will have a new age, especially when it comes to wild animals. And there's another happy ending to this story. The Animal Avengers are now using 3D printing to help other animals in need too. In fact, since working on Freddie, the group have managed to save 6 other animals who would have otherwise been put down. Using state-of-the-art technology, the team have been able to create new beaks for 3 toucans, a goose, and a parrot. And that's not all. The group have also been able to design the world's first titanium macaw beak. The Animal Avengers have now set up a crowdfunding page to enable them to make even more animal prosthetics. This may prove vital to their ongoing success because up until now, they've been paying for most of the procedures themselves. Writing on their generosity.com page, we have often struggled to cover our traveling expenses and pay for costly surgical equipment, which means we have to make heartbreaking decisions about whether we can afford to save an animal's life. They added, with your help, we could change that awful dilemma and start to plan a brighter future for injured creatures, not only in Brazil, but in the rest of the world too. It's a very worthy cause, indeed.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.